hook you're watching right now, Claude Code made it. Every cut, every motion graphic, and every sound effect. And all I gave it was some raw footage and a prompt. And within just 5 minutes of setup, you can do the exact same, and I'm going to show you how. But before I get into it, the repo we're about to use was designed by Nate Herc. He's the one who put this whole thing together and made Claude work so seamlessly with video. I found it in his School community, which I'm going to link below. All right, enough said, let's get into it. This is going to be a super quick setup, I promise you. There's only one manual step we really need to do. The rest Claude Code is going to do for us. So let's just get that out of the way now, and then we'll hop into Claude. And all it is downloading the FFmpeg extension, which takes 2 seconds, and all it's really doing is allowing the video to be rendered under the hood. So to do that, you're going to enter this URL into your browser. Don't worry, I'm going to paste it down below for you guys to quickly copy. Once you hit enter, you're just going to go into this website, and then you'll scroll down, and you're just going to want to download this release essentials.zip. Once that's downloaded, you can go ahead and open it, and you're just going to want to extract this somewhere permanent. So I put it right in my C drive folder. So if I click extract all, this window will pop up, and I'm just going to put it all the way down here, and then we'll just click extract. All right, if you go to your local disk now, you'll see your new folder FFmpeg, which I just renamed. So if I go into this, this is the thing we downloaded, and all we need to do is edit your environment variable. So to do this, just tap on the Windows key, search up environment variables. You'll see an option pop up that says edit the system environment variables. Just go ahead and tap on that. Your system properties window will then open just like this. We're just going to go under the advanced section, and then at the bottom, you will see environment variables. Just go ahead and open that. Now in the bottom window under system variables, you're going to scroll and you're looking for one that's called path. That's the variable you're looking for. Once you find it, click on it one time and then press edit. You'll see a new window pop up. And now all we're going to do is add a new variable. So before you press new, let's go back into our folder. And what we're going to do is go into this folder that we downloaded, and we're going to copy the path to the bin. So you can just right click, press copy as path. We'll go back into that window. We'll create a new one, and we'll paste that path right here. We'll get rid of the quotations because we don't need that. And then just press OK, and press OK, and then we're done. Okay, cool. We're in Claude. You're going to need Claude Desktop for this so that we can access the code feature. We need Claude Code. We don't just need Claude, we need Claude Code. Now you will need to be on the pro plan to actually use this feature. So I would go ahead and upgrade, but if you're not already paying for Claude, what are you doing? So you likely have it already. Now, before we hop into chat, you're just going to want to change the directory for where you're working. And to do this, you're just going to tap on this little folder icon here. You can go open folder, and then you can just select wherever you want to work. So I'm just going to create a new folder for this. I'm just going to call it demo like that. We'll go in here, we'll select the folder, we'll trust the workspace, and then we're good to go. Now, before I type anything, I always just turn on bypass permissions, which is right here. If you click accept edits, you can see bypass permissions. It may tell you at first to go into settings and allow bypass permissions, but just click it. It'll bring you to settings, enable it, and then come back to your chat and we can turn it on. We can click bypass permissions. And this is just going to allow it so that Claude doesn't have to keep on asking us for permission every time it wants to do something. I think we're at a point where we can trust Claude enough. Most people run their entire businesses off this. So I think we're good to go. All right. And then all you're going to need to do is paste this prompt right here. So I'm telling Claude that it's going to be my video editor. I want you to clone this repo, study it, give me next steps to get you equipped to begin editing my raw footage. Now, like I said in the intro, this is the GitHub repo that we're working with, designed by Nate Herc. In terms of cloning the repo and giving all the information to Claude, it's all taken care of. Once Claude clones this repo and reads through it, it's going to have all the information it needs to move on. So go ahead and send this prompt off. All right, cool. So it's hitting us with some next instructions. I guess I did miss installing the Node.js extension because I just had that from previous projects that I was working on, but it's pretty much the exact same step as setting up the FFmpeg. You just come to this link right here, which is going to bring us to nodejs.org, and you're just going to download it, follow the same steps, get it set up, which by the way, if you're running into issues getting it downloaded and adding it to path and whatever, just ask Claude. You should know that by now. Come on. Anyways, because I already have both of these added, it's just telling us to check our environment first. So all we need to do is tap Windows. We'll tap CMD. This is going to open your command prompt window. To check if we have Node.js, we're just going to go node dash version like that. Okay, it's telling us the version, which means we're good to go. And then for the FFmpeg dash version, and there we go. So we're good to go on that end. We'll go back into Claude. It's telling us to install the dependencies. I don't know why it's telling me to do that. I'm just going to tell it to do it on its own. Run the health check again. It can do that on its own. So I'm just going to tell it both Node.js and FFmpeg are good to go. You can install the dependencies and run the health check on your own. And boom, there we go. So it's all green except Docker, I guess, but we don't actually need that. So I don't know why it's saying that. So that's literally it. That's the entire setup. We're already good to go. The next thing is just giving it the path to the raw footage, which should be in the same directory that you're actually working in with Claude. And then we're just going to tell it to start editing, tell it what we want. I'm going to give you a few examples, but I'm just letting you know that's literally how quick the setup is. All right, so we're in the working directory now. The video that you see right here is the hook to this YouTube video. It's just a raw footage that we're about to send to Claude to see it do some updates and things like that. So if I open it, you can see it's just a raw footage. The hook you're watching right now, Claude Code made it, right? So it probably looks a lot different than the hook that you saw in this video. So let's go ahead and copy the path for this. I'm going to press copy as path. We're going to go back into Claude. I'm going to paste the path and I will say this. I'm going to tell it that this is the path to the video we're editing. And the first task is to cut out all the silent sections. We'll go ahead and send that off and let it cook. So you can see how it's running it. It's looking for sections at negative 35 decibels to tell when it's silent, and it's looking for a 0.5 second minimum duration. All right, cool. So it's done. So what it did is cut the video up like we instructed it to, and then it actually outputted a new MP4 and it's giving you the path. But I actually want to watch its edits in real time. So what I'm going to tell it is this: open up a local host just so I can see the edits live. We'll go ahead and send that off, and it should create a new local host that we can open in our browser and just watch it edit in real time, as well as just easier playback. Okay, so it actually just opened up a local host to view the video that it just made, which isn't exactly what I meant. I wanted it to open the Hyperframes local host so that we can actually see the edits. However, let's go ahead and check it out in the meantime. The hook you're watching right now, Claude Code made it. Every cut, every motion graphic, and every sound effect, and all like, wow. That's all I can say. Wow. So I'm just going to try and clarify a bit. I'm saying I want to view the studio live, not just the MP4. So I wanted to open a local host in the browser that I can scrub through with full compensation of the footage. So let's go ahead and send that off and see if it knows what I'm talking about. So see, now it knows what I'm saying. It's scaffolding the Hyperframes project footage first and then spinning up the studio. Okay, cool. So you can see it automatically opened it now, the Hyperframes studio. This is what I was looking for. I guess the reason it took 2 tries was because when I first started using this tool, it automatically did this, but this time I had to actually instruct it to do this. But pretty much it's opening this studio where we can actually scrub through so we can see all the edits it's making. We can scroll down and see the audio and whatever. All right, so obviously we saw it performed extremely well with the cuts. Let's just see how it does with some motion graphics and improving the color correctness, add some zooms to emphasize certain parts of the hook, and then we'll see how it turns out. But that being said, you already get the point. It's just a back and forth conversation with Claude. Now, as it edits your video, tell it what you want. We're obviously not giving it a bunch of information like we should here. We should be giving it certain text that we actually want to add, certain parts of the video that we want to emphasize. You can even drop in like PNG photos into the directory, give it the path to those photos to add in at certain parts, stuff like that. That's how you want to work with this tool. But for the sake of it, I'm just going to send this and see what it does. All right, here we go. It's finishing up. It's finishing up a solid 7 minutes later and 11,000 tokens, which actually isn't that much, but let's go check it out now. We'll go back into that Hyperframes. Let's give it a watch. And you can already see, by the way, the color looks so much better compared to the original that I showed you earlier. So that already looks great, but let's see what else it did. The hook you're watching right now, Claude Code made it. Every cut, every motion graphic, and every sound effect. And all I gave it was some raw footage and a prompt. And within just 5 minutes of setup, you can do the exact same, and I'm going to show you how. But before I get into it, the repo we're about to use was designed by Nate Herc. He's the one who put this whole thing together and made Claude work so seamlessly with video. I found it in his Google community, which I'm going to link below. All right, enough said, let's get into it. That was insane. So obviously it didn't add any of the keywords because we didn't tell it what to do, but of course you get the point. It's a back and forth conversation with Claude to get this perfect. But take in, we gave it 2 prompts to cut the video, to add some motion graphics and zooms and color correctness, and look what it produced. This is insane. Anyways, now you know how to do it too. If you found this video useful, drop a like, drop a sub. I'm going to be dropping videos like this all the time where I show you little tips and tricks of how to use Claude Code, how to use AI tools, and I also do a lot of long form builds and end-to-end and things like that. So if you're interested in that, just drop a sub. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.